Hey, if you don't trust your agent, don't use them. It's that simple. So after thinking about this is what this really boils down to, is trust. And I think post-COVID, there's this weird, eternal skepticism of everyone's out to screw everybody else, and I'll only trust, whatever I can read on the internet in 6 different places, and no one's here to help me. I'm on my own. Guys, I am hired to help people accomplish their goals. That is my job. By definition, in my agency contract, it is to promote and protect your interests with utmost good faith, loyalty, and fidelity. I have fiduciary responsibility, which means I don't watch out for my pocketbook. I watch out for yours. Once you hire me, that's my job, okay? So I keep running into this, resistance on things. And I understand there's a learning curve. I understand we have to build trust, and there has to be opportunities for me to give examples and to see that that's really the case. And so you trust that I know what I'm doing and that I'm good at my job, right? But for some reason, in the last year, post-COVID, that seems to be a lot harder than it used to be. And there's this resistance to trust and resistance to essentially just understand and believe people. Everybody believes that everything is false, or that everything, I don't know, it's just all over the freaking board, and I can't keep up with it. So I'm running into myself saying, it's almost like I've done this before a lot. That's my phrase of the month for some reason. And it's come into play in a bunch of different scenarios, but I think it all boils down to trust of, hey, if you hire an agent to help you find a house, we want to help you find a house, but we don't want to run all over town showing you houses that are not going to meet your needs. So if you're hitting resistance with your agent on that, hey, you're like, I want to see this house, cool. Don't be subject to bright, shiny object syndrome. Some people get really antsy, really excited in this process, and it can be a huge time and mental energy suck to just sit there and look at things. But we have to walk this line of, we're hired to help you promote your interests, really, and that means help you accomplish your goal. So that's why the good agents up front, we're going to sit down with you and say, what's your goal? Okay, that's what I want to help you accomplish. Not go find this pretty house, because that might not have the layout you need, the space you need, the location you need to, if your goal is to spend more time at home with your family, and then you say, hey, we want to go look at this house, and it's an hour commute one way without traffic, I'm going to push back and say, but that doesn't help you accomplish your goal. Okay, I know the house is pretty, and a lot of times what people do is they talk themselves into things because it's pretty and it's easy, and it's like they want to be done. They want to, I want to be over with this. I'm spending all my time and my energy looking through things or whatever. Stop looking at everything. That's the bad part about full access of information, is you can drive yourself crazy looking at everything. So that's like going down the grocery store aisle and looking at the nutrition label on every single pasta sauce jar, and then half the time, by the time you're 3/4 of the way through it, you're like, God, I just want to be done, and I want to pick one. Then stop looking at all of them, okay? The paradox of choice is a great video. Maybe I'll link to that up above and down below. There's a couple of TED Talks on paradox of choice that and it's counterintuitive with intelligence. So maybe I run into this a lot because of my type A, my very intellectual clientele. Intelligence from a technical perspective is common, well, depending on the definition, but for, AI is oftentimes defined or categorized by the ability to have multiple options. The more options, the more intelligent, the more solutions to a problem you come up with, the smarter you are. That is directly opposite to the paradox of choice of, hey, the more options you have, the less happy you are. So we have to find this balance of not wasting your time, not driving yourself crazy. And that's where we're hired to help you accomplish those goals. We're hired to help you say, okay, I understand that this is really pretty and it has this awesome XYZ feature that you wanted, but it doesn't have this, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have this. It does not help you accomplish those goals and meet those needs. So don't talk yourself into it. I've been spending more and more of my time telling people, like, yeah, you could make it work. If you could make it work, you're not going to love it. I want you to love where you live. And given the pricing, I understand not everybody can love everything they live, but let's find what you love the most and let's make that our goal, okay? So, because happiness is important, and it needs to meet your needs and hopefully make you happy. So when you've hired an agent to help you with that job, you need to trust that they're going to help you get to your goal. And this is where interviewing agents is so important, because yes, there's a lot of agents that are just like, okay, you want to see 6 houses? Okay, the half of these don't meet any of your needs, but sure, let's go look at them. Good agents will do that maybe once or twice just to make you feel good and be like, and help get the point across that yes, you wanted to see this, but see, here's the things that did not meet your needs, and we knew this before we ever walked in the door. So I don't want to waste your time. Time is the one thing you cannot get back. Let's be respectful of your time and my time and everything else, and trust your agent. So if you're getting pushback from your agent or something, maybe it's a trust issue. Maybe it's that they're trying to help you stay on track to your goal, and you're getting off the rails, and they want to bring you back into your goal. Okay. So, but it all comes down to trust. If you don't trust your agent and trust that they're going to help you accomplish your goal, then find a different agent or reassess. You know, I tell people like, hey, we're going to do this for a little while, and if we're still not where we need to be, we're going to have a come to Jesus. And that's on both sides, because obviously I don't understand your goals, or I'm not communicating, you know, what the situation is, or there's some gap here. Let's find where the gap is and go fix it. Okay. Because continuing to spin your wheels just burns emotion, builds angst and anxiety, and it doesn't end well. So I am big on open communications and expectations and understanding how's the process supposed to go. How's it going? Are we doing something wrong? Do we need to reassess? Do we need to be strategic, communicate better, something like that. But when I'm getting that pushback and getting the pushback, it's a lot of times I have to sit down with my clients and say, guys, obviously you're not trusting what I'm telling you, or I'm not communicating it appropriately, or I don't understand your needs. So help me understand. Because my goal is to get you to your goal. If this does not accomplish your goal, then I'm not going to help you with that, because that's not going to help you. So, and I don't want to waste your time. So that's a lot of the times how I'm going to communicate. Not all agents are like that. And it's hard because we have to walk this line of, we work for you. And a lot of times, especially with buyers, because you don't pay us, like you don't write us a check every time we go show you a house, like it might make you think twice to go look at something if you had to write me $250 check to go look at it, right? Because of how the compensation structure and the industry is currently functioning, a lot of times there's not that immediate impact of, you know, here's what this is costing me, but there's so much emotional toll with it. So trust your agent, realize that we're trying to help you get to your goal, or find an agent that you do trust. If you don't trust your agent, tell them. I've had a couple of clients that didn't trust me, and I could tell. And I said, you know what? I don't think this is working. Is there something we can do to fix it? Is there an issue? And it was like, no. I said, okay, cool. Then I can think of one client in particular where I'm like, let's call it. You know what? I think this other agent you could probably have a better match with personality wise. I think this would be a better fit for you. And so, because if the trust isn't there, it's just going to be weird all around, and it's not going to help anybody get to their goal. And then that's what's burned a lot of the industry and given us a bad reputation, is there's such a lack of trust there. So we're helping you with probably your biggest financial asset and your largest purchase, unless you're buying businesses or something else. So there's got to be trust there, and we want to help you get there, and let's figure that out. So anyway, let me know what you thought on this. This is kind of me rambling. As I mentioned, I kind of use the YouTube as my free therapy, or cheap therapy. So feel free, if it was helpful, hit the like button. That would really help other people find it. That would help me understand if this is relating to y'all. If you're an agent in the similar situation, hit the like, leave a comment. Let me know what you're feeling. I've had a lot of people reach out and say like, oh, I can't find a good agent, blah, blah, blah. No one's empathetic. Nobody can communicate. If you need a good agent, I'm happy to make recommendations. I try to set up a really good match. I'm going to start putting a link down below that has a really easy input form, so I can get the information I need to give you some appropriate recommendations, so you have good people to interview and to try to help you find that person that you can trust, and shorten that curve and the pain of trying to do the research and the interviews of all that stuff. So anyway, please feel free to, click that, and I'm happy to set you up with somebody. If you want to reach out to me directly here in Denver, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is on my website. The link for that is down below as well. So yeah, thanks so much for the time, and have a great day.